If you have been following my tutorial on this difflib, I'll be making use of to this point. I'm going to make use of one of the, you can say, class that's been on that is on this of our difflib. We're going to make use of the class which is called sequence matching. I can say sequence matcher. I see this sequence matcher as one of the best class that's being provided by this of our difflib model. So how can we import it? Since we're inside of this model, we can directly import it here. So I can say from difflib import get close match. Talked about get close match in our previous video, and differ, and next one is what? Sequence called sequence matcher. We're going to call some method inside it also, which is we are going to make use of that of ratio. They have other method, but we're more interested in that of ratio. Ratio is just to check, to give you the how closely the two output are, to percentage of how closely the two output are. So let me come down here. Okay, let me just silence all these guys that we did previously. Let me come on top here. Let me just write it. Environment looks dirty, but it doesn't do much here, since it's just tutorial on what this guy do. So the first one to write is just let me create a variable 1, and then let me create easy kits. Well, let me write a data a value easy kits. Okay, let me write the second one, and the second one let me just write tech kits. So I'm going to, in these two, okay, this is variable 2, in this variable 1 and this variable 2, which has all these content or these values on them, I'm going to check. I'm going to use this sequential matcher here to check how closely related, how close these two values are as of these tech keys and that of easy keys and this of our tech keys. I want to check how closely both of them are related to. So I'm going to call this of our sequence. You have to start with capital letter. Sequence matcher. It takes mainly 3 parameters, which the first one is that of A. A is your first variable, B is your second variable. However, that thing is called is junk. Automatically, this junk is being set to none, so we don't need to bother about this. So let's put the what is this? Let me say A is equals to our variable 1, and then that of B is equals to our B is what? The variable 2. So here we're done with this. Let's try printing out this guy. Let's see what we get. Let's say print. Let me run this. You can see down here we'll get kind of difflib sequential matcher object at clinical. So what we're going to do, we're going to check the ratio to see how closely these two guys are. We're going to, in this sequence, let me give this space. In this sequence class, we're going to call a method inside of it, which is called .ratio. This ratio varies from 0 to that of 1. 0 means 0% and 1 means 100%. So let's do .ratio. .ratio. So remember, it's a method, open and close braces. I can say open and close brackets. So let's run this and see how closely these two guys are to each other. You can see we get something like 0.66, meaning they are 66. I can say 67% closely related. The reason why they are 66% because of the way they are. This kit appears in these guys too, and this easy was really what was differ. So it's found out that both of them, they are closely related to each other with accuracy of 66. I can say 67%. But let's see in the situation, because if when we got this showing us 66%, so 0.66 is not look much interesting to us. Let's turn it to our real life understanding of percentage, how percentage was. So I'm going to times this by what? By 100. I times it by 100 is going to turn 0.66 times 100 should give us 66.66, which when we approximate should give us 70. We can see here 66.666. Well, when we look at it, we can know that 6 can approximate to 66, which is going to be 67. So let's make here easy too. So here we'll be shortening this into be 100%. We can see we got 100%. So let me write something else. Let me write welcome to what? Easy is. Let me run it. You can see we're able to get 62% upon though all the things, there are other things were added to it, plus the spaces, the space bars that appeared here. We're able to get how many percent was that? That was should be 62%, as you can see here. Sequential matcher, I take it as my best in all of the classes and the function that's been provided by this difflib module. Because in a situation when we are doing web scraping, for example, we're going to make use of this. When we are doing arbitrage bet, we're going to make use of this sequential matcher to check maybe in a particular bookmaker, may say a match between Man U and Man City, and then Man U, some bookmaker might name it as Man United, while some might name it as Manchester United. So, but with this sequential matcher, we can try to check how closely both of them are. So let's just make an example of them. Let's say Man United, and here we're going to look at Manchester United. Let me run this. You can see I was able to get 74%. Even though both of them doesn't look like they make sense the way they are. But any team, any side that I tend to write it in this way, any side that tend to write it in this way. If we were to set our threshold to be something like maybe 60%, this way we can confidently say that these are the two games. These are the two current games that we should have focuses on. So we're going to make use of this sequential matcher a whole lot more than other ones. I also going to make use of this get close too, but this sequential matcher tends to be the overall general for me, for my case, because I've made use of it. I've made use of all of them. Sequential matcher tend to be flexible a little bit more than other ones, and this get close to why this NDiff and differ doesn't really do much for me, unless in a situation where I want to check how closely my tester or my PDF or the way it's been, things that have been changed. There's a whole lot of real life example that's being used, but for me, the one I mainly use of this sequential matcher and get close matches, I'm going to make use of this very, very well. So I think we have come to the end of this video. I think in our next video I'm going to do a whole lot of other things relating to this difflib module. So I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.